Our imaginations is the key to creating. I think as adults, our imaginations have become dull to pretty much null and void, and that is because of the things that we are now, focusing our attention on, and which is a world based in so-called adulthood of, paying bills and jobs and how you gonna take care of this and how you gonna take care of that. These things basically keep you out of your imagination, or excuse me, out of the pureness of your imagination. Whereas, for example, when you were a child, you had all the tools that were surrounding you, that were assisting you in being purely imaginative, purely creative. You had toys, you had coloring books, you had cartoons, you had games, even the games you created when you went outside. You had, puzzles, blocks. You had all these different tools that were assisting you in being creative. Even when you went to school, when you were in elementary school, you had all the tools that were assisting you. You know what I mean? Learning was fun. Even when you had some type of science work to do, you may have went outside. You planted some type of seed or something. See what I'm saying? So you had all these different tools that were assisting you in remaining attached to your imaginative, creative self. But see, somewhere along the line, say for example, maybe somewhere between junior high school and high school, they flip that switch on you. Well, learning is no longer fun. See what I'm saying? It's no longer fun. It's now business. It's work. You know what I mean? And by the way, that shit is not, it's not coincidental that they do that. It's done by design. Please believe it. And the reason why it's done by design is because they're now training you in the mode of going out and getting a job and being dependent on the quote-unquote system. You see what I'm saying? So they flip that switch on you from having fun, being purely creative, being purely imaginative, to now you are dependent on a system. We have to train you now to go and how to, excuse me, we now have to train you how to go out and get a job, and how to maintain a job, and how to fit into our society. You see what I'm saying? See, we have to understand that school is a training facility. School is a training facility. It trains you in various ways. It trains you mentally. They train you how to think. They train you what to think. They even train you on and how to be selfish. I mean, think about those moments when you had the big test, and the first thing your teacher told you once you sat down and take that test: no sharing of answers, no talking, and if you do, you're getting in trouble. So be selfish. If they fail, oh well, fuck them, let them fail. If they don't know the answer, oh well, they don't know the answer. So, you see what I'm saying? That shit is strictly, as far as I'm concerned anyway, that shit is goddamn selfish. So again, we have to understand that school is a training facility, and they train you in various ways. So we have to untrain or retrain our imaginations or reconnect with that part of ourselves in order to create the reality in which we foresee and want and desire. So just a few tools to assist you in that area. Again, play with some children. Play with your own children. Play with some children in your family. Some toys. If they have toys, play with some toys. Do some coloring. Run outside and play around. Another tool is music. The muse. Muse is what? Melanin. Reconnect with music that you listened to when you were a child, when you were a teenager, fall in love and shit. It's like in the movie Ghostbusters 2. Remember the movie Ghostbusters 2? They go to that underground subway and they found that pink gooey substance, which was nothing more than melanin. And by the way, subways are nothing more, for those that go underground, it's a representation of the underworld. So they went to the underworld and they found that pink gooey substance, which was nothing more than melanin. They took it and we did a experiment on it, right? They put it in that toaster and turned on some fucking James Brown. I mean, some goddamn power melanin music, right? They put on some James Brown and it started dancing and, shaking and vibrating and all this type of shit. So again, music is very powerful. We have to respect the power of music and understand that music takes you higher. But again, it also can take you lower, so to speak. So again, music is very, very powerful in terms of the energy of it. So again, reconnect with that imaginative part of yourself through music. And see, that's the thing that people did not understand about Michael Jackson. That's the thing that people, that's the part of Michael Jackson, should I say, that kind of went over people's heads because they were so caught up in the physical stuff with him. Him cutting his nose and him, his skin becoming lighter. But what people did not, excuse me, what people did not understand was that the man was absolutely phenomenal because he remained attached to his imagination. He was always attached to his childlike creative self. That was the reason why he had all that shit on Neverland Ranch, you know, the Ferris wheels and the trains and shit. It was because he was remaining attached to that childlike, imaginative, creative part of himself. And that's what you have to do. Another thing you can do, the song Pure Imagination, the Willy Wonka theme song. Listen to that song in some darkness. Meditate to that shit. Because that's a very, very powerful song to rekindle that imaginative part of yourself. Draw some pictures on the things you imagine. Draw some pictures. Hang them up on your wall, like you used to do with your, like you do with your children when they draw a picture. Hang it up on the refrigerator. Hang it up in your room. These are the things that you have to do to facilitate that imaginative, creative part of yourself. Because again, what we are doing is creating the world in which we foresee versus the world in which they want us to see and be a part of. Because that's what happens. Your energy is always creating. Your imagination and creative mode is always in creation. But it's just a matter of what are you creating? Are you creating the world in which you foresee that is based in love, peace, and harmony? Or are you creating the world in which they want you to foresee that is based in illusion, that is based in stress, that is based in paying bills and a stressful-ass job that you can't stand? You see what I'm saying? So again, let's reconnect and have fun, because fun is another key. Have to have fun in this shit. Let's have fun imagining all these things, and have fun in creating the things that we foresee and want to facilitate in this realm. And, again, these are the keys. So let's get it popping. Peace.